Did you know that some of the most popular foods at Costco are actually banned in Europe? Yep, banned. While we snack, sip, and stock up like it's nothing, Europe said, not in our stores. Why? Because of DNA-damaging additives, hormone disruptors, and ingredients they wouldn't feed their worst enemies. And wait until you see number 1, it's something millions of Americans take every single day. Here are the 10 popular Costco foods banned across Europe, and the disturbing reasons why. 10. Sour Patch Kids. And the ingredient Europe said a hard no to. Let's start strong, with a candy nearly every American kid has tasted at some point. Sour Patch Kids. Sweet, sour, and sitting right on the shelves of every Costco in America. But here's the twist. That colorful coating comes with a chemical Europe banned entirely. It's called titanium dioxide, and European regulators didn't just restrict it. They removed it from their food system altogether. Why? Because growing research shows it can damage DNA. Let that sink in. DNA. That's not just a side effect. That's your body's blueprint under threat. Now think about this. How many times have you or your kids grabbed a handful of Sour Patch thinking, it's just candy? And yet, in Europe, the same product can't legally be sold as food. Over there, it's considered unsafe. Here, it's sold by the pound in giant family-sized bags. This isn't about fear, it's about facts. And the fact is, American consumers are being exposed to ingredients that other developed nations rejected to protect public health. So ask yourself, why are US standards lagging so far behind? Why are we still consuming additives our allies won't touch? And is it convenience? Habit? Or have we just stopped questioning what's really in our food? If Europe looked at the research and said, no thanks, shouldn't we at least look twice? Let's be real. No candy is worth risking your long-term health. Not even the ones tied to childhood memories. And if one of the most iconic American treats hides a banned substance, what else is lurking in our shopping carts? Stick with me, because this list only gets more disturbing. You won't believe what's in item number 7. 9. Sundrop and the soda additive Europe refuses to swallow. You've probably walked past it a dozen times at Costco without a second thought. Sundrop. That ultra-bright citrusy soda that looks like a close cousin to Mountain Dew. But hidden in that fluorescent fizz is something most Americans have never heard of. Brominated vegetable oil, or BVO. In the US, it's allowed. In Europe? Completely banned. Why? Because it doesn't just pass through your system, it accumulates. We're talking about a chemical that can build up in your tissues and is linked to serious neurological problems. Now, think about this. How many sodas have you or your family consumed without checking the fine print? You assume, if it's on the shelf, it must be safe, right? But European regulators looked at the long-term effects of BVO and said, absolutely not. So why is it still floating in our drinks, especially in beverages consumed by teens, athletes, and energy-seeking adults? Let's break it down. This additive was originally used as a flame retardant. That's right, the same kind of chemical used to slow fires is in some American sodas. Let that image sit for a moment. You're not just drinking sugar and caffeine, you're gulping down a compound banned in over 100 countries. Yet, here in the US, it's just another ingredient buried on the label. Ask yourself, are we blindly trusting what gets stocked in our stores? Or are we just unaware of what these names actually mean? If your brain matters, and I'm guessing it does, then so should the ingredients you pour into it. And trust me, it's not just Sundrop. Wait until we talk about what's hiding in your favorite healthy juice at number 3. 8. Skittles and candies, and the rainbow. Europe refuses to taste. You've heard the slogan 100 times. Taste the rainbow. But what if that rainbow came with a side of behavioral risks, possible allergies, and long-term health concerns? Skittles, along with many other colorful candies from brands like Mondelez, are loaded with synthetic dyes like Red 40, Yellow 5, and Blue 1, all of which are restricted or banned in Europe. And yes, titanium dioxide makes another appearance here too. In the UK, they reformulated. In America, we get the more vibrant version, and the hidden risks that come with it. Now, here's what's wild. These companies already make a safer version of the exact same product overseas. They use natural coloring for the European market, but for American shelves, they keep the synthetic stuff. Why? Because it's cheaper, and because our food safety regulations still allow it. That means you and your kids are eating a version of candy that other countries deemed too risky to sell. Here's where it gets really frustrating. Multiple studies have raised red flags about these dyes, especially in children. We're talking about possible links to hyperactivity, allergic reactions, and even certain types of cancers in long-term animal studies. Europe doesn't play around with those kinds of risks. They require warning labels. They take action. Meanwhile, we're tossing these into lunchboxes like they're harmless fun. So if they can make it safer, why haven't they? Item 7 proves organic doesn't always mean clean. 7. Annie's Organic Bunny Fruit Snacks, the organic snack. Europe flagged with a warning. Let's talk about trust. When you see the word organic on a snack made for kids, you naturally feel safe, like someone already did the homework for you. But here's the catch. Annie's Organic Bunny Fruit Snacks, sold at Costco and marketed with bunnies and bright colors, contain red 40 and yellow 5. Synthetic dyes that Europe requires warning labels for due to their link with hyperactivity and attention issues in children. That's right. These dyes are considered serious enough overseas that they must come with an alert for parents. And yet here in the US, these snacks sit on shelves next to applesauce and whole grain crackers in the safe section. But that label, organic, only applies to some ingredients. It doesn't magically erase the artificial additives hiding in the fine print. The dyes aren't organic. The processing isn't transparent, and the health halo, it's just clever branding. Think about this. Parents grab these snacks thinking they're doing the right thing. But what they're actually giving their kids is something Europeans wouldn't even approve for sale without a caution tag. That's not just misleading, it's infuriating. We're not talking about candy now. This is a product designed for children, shaped for children, marketed directly to parents who want better. Still trust that organic sticker? Get ready. Item 6 is a nostalgic favorite, with a hormonal twist. 6. Sara Lee. Honey Buns, the sweet deal with a hormonal downside. You know that warm, gooey honey bun you used to microwave after school? Or maybe still do on rushed mornings? Yeah. That comforting treat contains propylparaben, a preservative the European Union flat-out banned. Why? Because of its potential link to hormone disruption. That's not some fringe concern. We're talking about ingredients that can mess with your endocrine system, affecting everything from metabolism to fertility. And here's the kicker. While Europe decided it wasn't worth the risk, here in the US, it's business as usual. These buns are sold by the pack, stacked high in Costco's bakery section, priced for convenience and marketed like comfort food. But peel back the label and the story shifts, from nostalgia to toxic exposure. It's the kind of ingredient that slowly chips away at your health while hiding behind that sweet smell and shiny glaze. Let's get real. How many people are still buying these for their kids, their spouses, their daily coffee break? And how many have no idea what propylparaben is or what it could be doing over time? It's these everyday foods, the ones we trust and love, that often hold the biggest surprises. If this video's opening your eyes, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to Frugal Daily. We dig deep to uncover what most labels don't tell you, so you can shop smarter and protect your health without breaking your budget. Now, let's jump into the top 5. And trust me, it gets worse. 5. Breads with potassium. Bromate, the cancer-linked additive in your sandwich roll. Let's break down a staple most of us never question: bread. The rolls, loaves, and buns from Kirkland Bakery at Costco might look wholesome and fresh, but some of them are made with potassium bromate, a chemical additive used to make bread fluffier and more elastic. Sounds harmless, right? Until you find out that it's been banned in Europe, Canada, the UK, and even China due to its link to cancer in animal studies. Meanwhile, in the US, it's still sitting in our most common grocery item, the sandwich roll. Now here's what's disturbing. Potassium bromate doesn't always break down completely during baking. That means trace amounts can remain in the finished bread. So every time you're eating a sandwich, a burger, or even garlic bread, you could be ingesting a compound that other countries refuse to allow in their food supply. Their logic: if there's any risk, don't take it. But here, the FDA has taken a wait-and-see approach at the cost of consumer health. So let me ask you something. If countries with stricter health regulations have already drawn the line, why are we still crossing it? Why are we using chemicals to fake freshness and fluff instead of using safer, time-tested methods? Especially when alternatives already exist, but they cost manufacturers a few extra cents per loaf. Think this is as bad as it gets? Item number 4 is a pantry essential, and it's carrying the same banned chemical in disguise. 4. packaged tortillas with propylparaben, the taco night toxin. Europe kicked out years ago. Here's one that hits close to home. Costco's packaged tortillas, the kind you toss in your cart without thinking, ready for taco night, burrito lunches, or quick wraps. But those soft, shelf-stable tortillas contain propylparaben, the same preservative we just exposed in Sara Lee's honey buns. And if that sounded bad in a dessert, it's even worse in something many families eat multiple times a week. Now remember, Europe banned this additive years ago, citing its potential as an endocrine disruptor, meaning it could mess with your hormones in ways we're only beginning to understand. And while other countries decided the health risks outweighed the benefits, American manufacturers kept it in because it's cheap and extends shelf life. But at what cost to our bodies? Think about this. Tortillas seem simple. Just flour, water, maybe oil, right? But when preservatives like propylparaben are snuck into that mix, you're no longer feeding your family something basic. You're feeding them something scientists flagged as risky. And it's not just tortillas. You'll find this same preservative in hamburger buns, pita bread, even some baked snacks, all hiding in plain sight. Still feel like that 2 for $6 deal is worth it? Wait until you see what's hiding inside a juice bottle labeled superfood. Number 3 flips the script on everything you thought was healthy. 3. Naked Juice, Green Machine, the health drink. Europe didn't buy for a second. On the surface, Naked Juice's Green Machine screams health. Vibrant green bottle, bold claims about antioxidants, and a name that suggests you're fueling your body with something clean. But look a little closer and that healthy glow starts to dim. A single bottle contains over 50 grams of sugar, more than a can of Coke. And that's not even counting the synthetic vitamins, ambiguous natural flavors, and banned dyes sometimes found in the mix. In Europe, this stuff wouldn't even make it onto shelves. So how did we go from nutritious superfood to sugar bomb with a side of chemicals? Simple marketing. American labels are allowed to make wild claims without clearly disclosing the trade-offs. Just because something has spinach extract doesn't mean it's good for you, especially when it's paired with a tidal wave of fructose and questionable additives. And natural flavors? That's a legal loophole wide enough to drive a truck through. This isn't a smoothie. It's a cleverly disguised dessert in a bottle, dressed up like a gym partner. And while we chug it thinking we're making a smart choice, European regulators already rejected that illusion. They saw the sugar spike, the synthetic overload, and said, nope, try again. Still think food is the biggest danger in your cart? Just wait till you see what's inside the supplement millions take every morning. 1 will make your jaw drop. 2. Breads with Azo Dyes, the colorful illusion hiding in your Costco pastries. Bright golden buns, vibrant festive pastries. They catch your eye in the Costco bakery like they were designed by a food stylist. And that's because they were. But the color? It's not from turmeric or beet juice. It's from Azo Dyes, synthetic colorings that have been banned or heavily restricted in several European countries due to links with behavioral issues in children and possible cancer risks. In the EU, these products require warning labels. Here, they just require a price tag. These aren't niche products either. We're talking about popular items: sandwich rolls, birthday treats, cookies, muffins, anything with a little extra color to make it pop. But that pop comes with a price. Azo dyes like Yellow 5 and Red 40 aren't just unnecessary, they're avoidable. And that's what makes it worse. Companies already make dye-free versions for other countries. But in the US, the visually enhanced and chemically enhanced versions are still the default. It's not about taste. It's not about nutrition. It's about appearance. And we're paying for it with exposure to additives other nations don't dare include in food. That's the shocking part. Not that these dyes exist, but that they're so common and so few people know what they're really consuming. And if you think that's the worst, wait until we crack open the #1 supplement in America. This one hits where it hurts, right in your daily routine. 1. Kirkland Daily Multivitamins, the daily dose Europe won't even allow in candy. Here it is, the big one, Kirkland Daily. Multivitamins, one of the best-selling supplements in America, found in pantries across the country and sold in bulk at Costco. It's the kind of product you take without thinking, trusting it to fill nutritional gaps and protect your health. But buried in the ingredient list is titanium dioxide, the same additive banned in the European Union since 2022 for its potential to damage DNA and accumulate in your cells over time. That's not just concerning, that's a red flag waving in your medicine cabinet. Let that sink in. An ingredient Europe doesn't even allow in candy is present in a daily health supplement. This isn't just about regulations. It's about a completely different approach to public safety. The EU took one look at the data and said, not worth the risk. Meanwhile, in the US, it's marketed as part of a healthy lifestyle, a silent contradiction swallowed every morning with your coffee. And it's not just titanium dioxide. These vitamins often contain synthetic dyes, excessive fortification, and mystery, inactive ingredients that offer no benefit, just artificial polish. In the end, you're not taking a vitamin. You're swallowing a chemistry lab in disguise and paying for it with both your wallet and your trust. So if you're popping these thinking you're playing it safe, maybe it's time to ask, is your multivitamin doing more harm than good? This isn't just about spending less. It's about spending smarter, reading the labels, asking the hard questions, and realizing that sometimes a bargain comes at a hidden cost. Which one of these shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments below. And if you think this video was eye-opening, wait until you see what we uncovered about Aldi's top-selling products. Tap here to watch that next. You won't believe item 2. Or check out 7 Costco items only fools still buy in 2025 for even more eye-openers. Thanks for watching all the way through. We appreciate you. Stay smart, stay sharp. This is Frugal Daily. See you in the next one.